I'm gonna say the N-word. That's racist! You can't say the N-word!
Somebody wants to...
When you hear the word hero, what do you think of? Maybe it's a strong and brave hero like Batman or Poland. What about the word villain? You may think someone like Joker.
Wow, Batman. We meet again.
Or T-series. Well, I'm here to explain to you how penguins are the most epic hero there is to date, following the chart of 12 steps of the hero's journey. By the way, I'm not going in order of the 12 steps just so the video makes sense. Their names are Skipper, Private, Rico and Kowalski. The first one, Skipper, is the bronze, the leader of the group. He's the one who does the hard work and single-handedly stops racism. His strengths are smart thinking, being a leader, and being ripped. His weaknesses are Donald Trump, racism, and the crunch.
The North Wind is an elite task force dedicated to helping animals cover themselves.
And the rest aren't really related in this video. They are more commonly known as the penguins of the Madagascar. I must also mention that the story takes place on Earth, most likely in Madagascar and America. The story starts off with the penguins getting rid of an old lady going to say the N-word.
I'm gonna say the N-word.
That's racist! You can't say the N-word!
Here the protagonist proclaims to Michelle that he has successfully ended racism.
Mrs. Obama, I've done it. I've stopped racism. Thank you, Skipper. Now I am free to roam this earth.
Now comes into play the sixth step of the hero's journey: tests, allies and enemies. The main villain is introduced, Donald Trump. He obviously doesn't like that racism has been ended, and plans to bring it back by killing Michelle with the N-word. Of course I'm skipping over that part to keep it family friendly.
Not if I have anything to say about it, and I do. I'm gonna say the N-word. Mrs. Obama, get down!
Skipper has survived the explosion, but we quickly learn that Michelle has been killed in the explosion.
Mrs. Obama, where are you? Are you okay?
Here comes step 5, crossing the threshold, where the penguins truly have an enemy to stop.
She is no longer with us, Skipper, and with her death I am finally free to say the N-word whenever I want.
Of course, Trump is too powerful to be fought alone, so from the help of MLKJ, he supposedly ends Donald Trump.
Not if I have anything to say about it, Trump, and I do.
This is step 4. Even though he doesn't teach the penguins, he helps them in a sense.
Prepare for my civil rights beam.
Trump begs for mercy from Skipper, asking for forgiveness. But Skipper has none of it, and epically roasts Donald.
Skipper, my son, you wouldn't let me die, would you? Shut up, cracker.
As the penguins head back to confront Barack, they actually meet him in the middle of the ocean.
Hey, Kowalski, who's that guy in front of us rising out of the water?
It is I, Barack Obama!
Mr. Obama, what are you doing here?
I have come to exact my revenge on you penguins for allowing my wife to die at the hands of Donald Trump.
But Mr. Obama, we did everything we could.
I've already made up my mind.
Mr. Obama, don't do it. This won't bring Michelle back.
He says the N-word. That right there was step 8, ordeal. Barack Obama had thought that they willingly let Michelle die to Obama, and tries to kill them for failing. The penguins do everything to make him stand down and to survive at the same time. Luckily, they survive. You may think that Mr. Obama may be wrong in this situation for saying the N-word and blowing the penguins out of the sky. But just keep watching, your eyes deceive you. The penguins are seen floating in a boat in the middle of the ocean, and Skipper is writing in his log about how Obama betrayed them.
Skipper's log. Number 32. Barack Obama has struck us out of the sky by saying the N-word. It just doesn't make sense, Skipper. Obama would never say the N-word. I don't understand it either, Kowalski. But some things you just gotta live with. Unless... Donald Trump, I should have known it was you. Skipper, my son, I see you've discovered my master plan. Now that I have taken over Obama's body, I have free rein to say the N-word whenever and however I please.
But they realized that it was Donald Trump all along. Donald Trump had taken over Barack Obama's body, giving him power to say the N-word. He is more powerful than ever.
So what you're saying is you're inside of another man. Why, yes, I suppose you could say that.
They can't beat him with brute force, so Skipper thinks fast and genius to defeat Trump.
But Mr. Trump, wouldn't that make you gay? No, this can't be. No!
This is step 10, the road back home. With Trump defeated and racism stopped, the Penguins head back home to celebrate.
Well, boys, we did it. Racism is no more.
But they are suddenly stopped by the real Obama.
Hello, Skipper. Mr. Obama, what are you doing here? I came to thank you for your great service to this country. No thanks necessary, Mr. Obama.
And here we see step 9, the reward.
As a token of my gratitude, I'd like to give you the N-word pass.
Mr. Obama, it is an honor.
Barack Obama gives the Penguins the N-word pass, which he stoically accepts. But I can't show that part, again. So, all ends well and racism is no more.